Evening, folks. Pardon any sync issues. I think what this does, I was thinking, is it gonna remember my settings from yesterday? Not really, but I think it remembers the screen the chat room is in, but not the Streamlabs. Seems to be. Let me double check this just because things are technically a little bit wonky. Yes, I am live. Great. Okay, I do have audio. Yeah, and I do see J5000 said, Merry Christmas, Nikki and fam. We are on our way to a family party. So that's cool. I hope they have fun. J5000 has been around for a little while, and then her husband was around. Oh, maybe not last Sunday, but the Sunday before, and then Frank was streaming his Call of Duty, and Pickled Gamer's like, well, I play too. You've got to, add me as a friend, all this stuff. So he got on Frank's game, and so it was like them two and a bunch of other folks running around shooting. So that was fun. Oh, what's up, Michael? Glad you made it. Merry Christmas. I hope it's been a good day for you so far. Did you do the family thing, or was it like at home day? Pardon me. I ended up staying up for both of those things Frank had on last night. So it was 10 o'clock for the Captain Liberty. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and then at 11:45, Frank was live for about a half an hour, and folks just, hey, Merry Christmas, hey, to you and your family, this kind of a thing. So I was up for that. That was fun because it was just, well, because the Captain Liberty night before Christmas, that was about just over 4 minutes. But then Frank being on for half an hour, we could talk to each other in the chat room and just, it was like a mini, quite frankly, only being a half an hour long. But Mark Swan was there. He showed up, Swanee. And like, speak of the devil. So there he was. So he's around. He's just been working. He does have family, so he's just been busy. But he's still around. He's still doing stuff. Michael, yeah, the exhaustive family thing, but I'm one chef knife richer. Hell yes, you cannot beat a good knife. Damn straight. When I made home fries, there was only one specific knife that I used to cut potatoes. I used a different knife one time in 2005. I'll never forget it. It did not turn out right at all. It was a good day, Michael. Yeah, it was because I didn't end up going to bed until like 2 in the morning. But I was thinking, cool, I get up at 9, I'll have plenty of time to sleep. And then there I was waking up at like 6:45, couldn't get back to bed. I was like, whatever. So at about 8:30, I stuck this on the charger to get it charged up. And just oh, what did I do? I watched some Greystone plays. I watched my own show from yesterday. And the focus stayed focused on me the whole time. So it likes this light, it likes this shirt. So the next, my Puma shirt. So the next test will be. I didn't want to try anything tonight because my hair is fighting me anyway. I do want to try to like be able to sit here with my hair down in the wintertime. See what the focus thinks about that. Not tonight, but maybe in the another time. But watch my own show, and then I watched The Wizard of Oz because I remembered like I watched The Wizard of Oz on Christmas. And I didn't want to just like play it after the show when I'm laying down, resting my eyes, because I want to see it. So I'm like, let me watch. It's not long. It's an hour and a half, so it flies by. But that movie, I forget that it makes it cry, and I don't like to cry on a day before I go live because I don't want anything to get puffy. I'm like, I forgot this movie makes me sad. Uh, but it's okay, it's okay. I was just thankful that they cut out that Over the Rainbow reprise I told you about, or I would have been devastated. So I did that, and I was checking my phone. Okay. Because I've been keeping track for the last month when Gray uploads, so I've got the times in my calendar. So I always go back and check what I have for a month. I'm like, okay, so every Wednesday he's uploaded either at roughly 4 p.m. or 4:30, and it was 4:30, and then it was 5, and then it was 5:30. Usually Wednesdays we get a Grand Theft Auto video from Gray, but I don't know if they just did not feel like uploading anything today because it's a holiday. I would have bit the bullet. Like he could have just not uploaded Grand Theft Auto like last Monday, so we get something today, unless it's gonna go up late. I don't know. But then I was thinking ahead. If things go the way they usually do, since my birthday is going to be on a Saturday, that means I'll get a Grand Theft Auto video for my birthday from my dad. So I've got that coming. But I really was digging yesterday. I like the fact that it was, again, I do watch a lot of Gray Still Plays, but what I did differently was I watched the membership video yesterday. They go up on Thursdays. I don't always watch them the day of because Gray is the gamer. Yeah, Gray Still Plays. It's all one word if you go to look him up. It's the first, if you go to my homepage, the recommended top channels, he's the very first guy there. I don't usually watch the member videos the day of just because they don't always go up at 4, or sometimes it's closer to like 5:30, and then if we've got Frank to go to at 7, it's a bit much. And it's not because the videos are necessarily longer, but he is like in them, so you can like see the man's face. I mean, he always wears sunglasses because one for privacy too. He's got like a ring light. He's got lights above him. He's got a light on the floor on both sides. So like whatever room he's in is bright as fuck. So just to save for his own eyes, he's got his sunglasses on. But you can see the man, and it's a trip to see him from like 2018 versus now. So it's a lot for me to wrap my head around when I thought I would not. I knew I was going to be like signing up for the membership videos in February, so I didn't know what they were going to be. I didn't know he was in all of them so far. So it's a lot to just go from like just a voice and just what I've, pieced together over the years versus like, here's the dude right in front of me. So it's intense. Plus his hair just does this multicolor thing that's just a lot to. It's nice to see somebody with hair, so I end up staring at his hair the whole time. He's got the hair in the family. But it is a lot to take in. It might be like a 20-minute video, and it's just so intense. It's a lot to process. So that's too much to have to do, say at 5:30, and then we go to Frank at 7. So like I'll watch them like maybe the next day, sometimes like that, because I'm gonna be a member to his channel forever. So they're basically gonna be there forever for me. Michael sunglasses for the autism also probably. See, I wonder what it is. I wonder how bad his vision is because he has this is public knowledge. He does wear glasses. He is nearsighted. Can't see far away for nothing. I'm the same way. Oh, what's up, B chap? Glad you made it. But then he's wearing like, just these regular sunglasses. Now, on the one hand, they do seem to be the same pair. Like they're like a dark blue color. So I wonder if like maybe his eyes are just not that bad and he can still like see to talk to the camera. Plus he does some stuff with his computer off to the side. Or they could be prescription sunglasses. I do not know that. It could be. I have prescription sunglasses myself. Oh, one to go to. Glad you made it. Yeah, getting it going. I wanted to start a little bit earlier, but then like watch I do like a 2.5 hour show and my voice gives out in the last, half an hour. I got to do a few more of these this week. So I'm like, let me just let girl calm down. A little bit of haven't smoked. I've just got a little bit of cotton mouth. Just was able to stay up last night. I didn't have to take anything extra. So between watching Gray and then like watching the that membership video, which was I think it was a little bit over 20 minutes. Plus we got to go to see Frank and his family on Monday. All that together, I never felt so much like I was surrounded by family before ever in my life. Like, not as a child, not as a teenager, not as an adult. And while I don't celebrate Christmas technically, it's not my religion, it's not my holiday. This is the first time in my entire life, like, I get it. It's like I understand it because Christmas is not for single people. If you are a single person like myself, it sucks, it's rough because it's all about like family. Awesome. One to go to. You did watch Die Hard today. Perfect. I see like they're like Pluto TV has Die Hard and some other Christmas movies. And I did want to watch them. But like after watching my show and The Wizard of Oz, like time kind of got away from me. So they'll still be up for the rest of the month. Maybe I'll still feel like Christmassy. But like this is the first year in my entire life where like I really felt that there's family around me, and that's what Christmas is about. It's not about watching Christmas movies, it's not about shopping, it's not even about like eggnog and hot chocolate and all the food. It's what I'm on about. It's literally just about being with family, getting your family around you, and you really don't even have to do anything Christmassy. We sort of didn't. We just kicked it on Monday. um again, I never felt that way as a child before. You grow up, you just kind of are, you expect presents, and then like you just know you just have to go visit family, which like some of them I like, some of them I was like about, and then that just stops one day. And I've just never felt that family togetherness the way I did back on a Monday and yesterday. So it's wild to feel that. And like, yes, I am like in real life single, but we're not in real life right now. We're online right now. And online, I do have my family. I've got all the Franklies, I've got my brother, I've got my dad, everybody, all of my family I can connect with through YouTube. And because of YouTube, I felt the family togetherness all around me for the first time in my entire life. So like I get what Christmas is about. Again, that's not even a religious thing for me. It's just about, like it's cold outside, you want people around you and you get that family feelingness. It's so odd. I've never felt it before. It's literally like a couple of days so far, but it's a real thing. Um Michael, single is better than split up. Yep. Um it's a wild feeling to feel. I think that's what I was like reaching for about a month and a half ago, and then that just kind of like died away. But then it came back, and I didn't know why. It was because I had family around that I did want to celebrate Christmas. That's what it was. Not necessarily buying anything or listen to Christmas songs, but just that family togetherness. I get it now. Took this long, but I get it. Oh, Beach Chap. Yep, Die Hard film is a classic. That Nakatomi building. It's one of the better action movies. I like the because you know what, you take a movie overseas, you can't exactly call it the same thing. So over in Japan, I want to say it wasn't called Die Hard, it was called Big Building Fight. That is adorable. So I think of that. I see Die Hard. I see like the tower and like the Bruce Willis face, and I'm like, oh, it's Big Building Fight. Oh, great! It's Alan Rickman's gonna be here. Yeah, that is a Christmas movie. Then I thought, like, well, do I watch Christmas movies to still feel Christmassy? It's like, no, that's like today. That's gonna be over today. Don't worry about it. But I've still got eggnog, so I still think like the feeling's gonna continue until the eggnog runs out. So maybe for about another week. But yeah, that was the strangest feeling to feel like because I just kind of did not care about Christmas all this time. You just go through it. And maybe because like the songs and all that stuff are not forced on me because I'm not working like as a cashier or out in. If I go to the grocery store, there have been years when I have, like, say, bought extra all through November just so I would only have to go to a grocery store maybe once or twice in all of December. I didn't quite do that this year, but the way I do shop is like I go early so I can just get in there and get out in half an hour. I saw they had that thing set up, that Salvation Army thing, and the guy stands there ringing the bell. That's why I always have earplugs in my purse to in case I have to 2A, but in case I've got any like in Walmart they got the fat people carts. Those things should not have a reverse on it because those fat asses fly by whatever they need, and then like you just hear that beeping backing up for like 3 solid minutes. I pop in my earplugs. I've got tinnitus. I'm not listening to your fat ass because you went past the chips you want to buy. But yeah, I saw that had that set up, but I was in the store too early for that guy to be there, so I got to miss that nonsense too. That's great. Can't stand that. Allergic reactions galore here. Ooh, B-chap, that sucks. Ugh. Did you eat something different? Oh, Kara, glad you made it. Merry Christmas. Um, okay. No, that was the good stuff today. Only a couple bad things. One, I told you there's like dripping coming from the wall and then it leaks onto the floor. So maybe half of today, like, oh great, there's a puddle in here now. So I know I gotta call them first thing tomorrow. Like, yeah, you guys want to fix this right the first time because you assholes have been coming in here since Scorpio and it is Capricorn. I am sick of seeing you. Didn't care for that. It's okay. They can come in and fix it. If I was gonna be living here this time next year, I'd be hella pissed, but I won't be. So they just need to come and do their job right the first time. What else did I find out that was bad? Oh, okay. My brother sent me a song. Apparently, it's Lady Gaga did a cover of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Let's say it sounds very 80s the way she's singing it. I know like Christmas Tree by her, which was a song she probably did in like 2007. Like she already did a very Gaga Christmas. So but I digress. So he sent me that, and then I got to thinking, Carrot, yeah, I thought about that too. Well, today's a great day to wear the not today's Satan shirt. Yep. It would be cute if there was like a it wouldn't sell that well like a not today's Santa shirt, but that's too that's like a joke of a joke that's piling it up too high, but you know. It's like when a meme references another meme. I love that because I get both of the memes, but that does not have a universal appeal. So I was thinking, since I am excited for this new Gaga album, not excited, but looking forward to, because I know it's going to be a banger, because it has to be. And it comes out in February, which probably means Pisces, so there should be another single coming out now, since we just got one after the new year. It was like October 21st when Disease dropped. So let me Google, Lady Gaga LG7 enter. And there's really no new information. But one thing is sort of new from like 5 days ago from Rolling Stone. So let me tap on this. And Kara, thank you. Yeah, that's clever and would be funny. It's like people would, it's very niche. So, again, like merch wise, I don't know if it would sell well, but like, hey, we're just gonna sell this shirt for this time of year. Maybe like sell it for like super cheap so people buy it. Like it would be cute, make maybe a little like dots on it to look like snow. I don't know, but something like that. But you remember I was telling you I listened to a Lady Gaga song that was so bad I was trying to forget the name of it and that I ever heard it. Well, it turns out that song's gonna be on LG7, so I'm like, fuck. this goddamn skippable song. Now that doesn't mean the album is gonna be bad. There are plenty of albums that are solid, except for one song. Can I give an example? Eh, hmm, not off the top of my head. But it does happen. It's just like the whole album. It's like, banger after banger after banger. Then it gets to, like, like the song starts and then it starts like to build up, and that's when you skip it. Like, there's songs like that. Some songs you just have to act like they don't exist. That's what I'll be doing with this one. But modern times, you don't buy physical albums. However, when an album does drop, I want to hear it in the order that the artist wants you to hear the tracks on. And you cannot do that on Spotify. I think I'll save my Spotify rant for when LG7 comes out, but I hate that site with a burning passion. And then when she released her last album on Chromatica, she didn't even release the songs in order, so I had to look up the track list and then put them in order. But it just that was 4 years ago. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Uh, so I'm like, wait. So that means that first song was technically the first single from the album. I don't even know when that came out, last year. So then Disease is technically the second single. Okay, so still you've got plenty of time. You can drop a single in, say, beginning of January. And what if the album doesn't come out till the end of February? That's still plenty of time to push one more single for LG7. It doesn't even have a name yet. That's why I keep calling it that. Michael, speaking of Lady Gaga, that crazy skinned Lady Gaga costume got posted again today. Horrific. Um, the meat dress, or is this something that she's worn? I haven't followed her since, like I don't follow any of her social media, not since 2016. So I really don't pay attention to what any celebrities have been doing since 2020. So if she's been wearing anything interesting, it's new to me, because what I see her wearing since, in the last 4 years, since she is not the same size she was when she first debuted. Um, it's kind of like she's like being in, like, paying homage to her old self. She'll wear something very like sparkly but not very intricate, or she'll wear like a huge big dress and then just go overboard with like sparkly, face makeup around the eyes and stuff like that. And that's it. Like, she's like too busy, like she doesn't have time. She just doesn't care. I think she's a little bit pissed off she had to gain 15 pounds to get famous. Now she wants to still be famous with those 15 pounds. Uh, so yeah, so it's fine. There's the album can still be great, so I'm not worried about that. It's easy to, because I make my own album, so when I collect all of the singles or all the songs together to make my own album, I just won't include that one, because it's just that, the Bruno Mars part is just fine. It is just fine. The guy is talented, he can sing, that's okay. But when I think about anything Gaga drops, I'm comparing it to, the Fame in Born This Way, the Fame Monster, Art Pop, like that caliber. She could not have, like, her first album could not have been Joanne. We would not be talking about her today. That would have flown like a chair. So she dropped something like whatever that was with Bruno Mars, and she should have just, I don't know if she wrote that song, but she should have just given it to him and not touched it. Not that the video's ugly. She does not look good in the video at all. They made her look that way on purpose, and it's a wreck. Just no, I'm not going to listen to that again. If I have to sit through the concert for this CD, I'll have to hear it then. But I refuse to let that song go through my ears a third time. Like, that is it. And it's not like the worst song, but it's so not up to her standard that I just can't. I just cannot. Michael, it was from a couple years ago, but the outfit was Wilson from Castaway. Thing like Ellen and Jay-Z wore. Oh, that sounds like something she might have done for the Met Ball. Oh, and I do not keep up with that anymore either, so I couldn't tell you what year. I have seen her at that, and since she's again a little bit bigger, and by a little bit bigger, like she's a small girl, it might be like 5 pounds, 10 pounds at most. But when you're a star, no. So yeah, it's she's a musician, so she can dress however she wants. She can date that fag and be engaged to him and do whatever. Just give me that dance song, that dance album that I needed in 2016, and you can be on your way. You can do anything else you would like, but I need one more album from you. That's all you have to do with the time you have left. You can do it, you can continue with music, you can try the acting thing again. Oh, I think what Gaga really needs to do, because I haven't seen A Star is Born, but I saw Joker too. Oh, John Rogers, glad you made it. Stop speak. Okay, I know singers like have vocal fry in, interviews and stuff like that. Like maybe they figure I have to use my voice so much professionally, I'm going to talk like whatever in an interview. Don't use your vocal fry voice when you're playing a part. Learn how to talk like other human beings and speak that way for the part. Do be like Gary Oldman and lower your voice down to play Dracula, stuff like that. I do want to say I didn't technically get any like gifts for Christmas. I wasn't expecting any. However, I was having an issue with my wiper blade on my passenger side. I don't know how to take it off. I'm a girl. John Rogers hooked me up. He helped me out. I already had the blade. I just didn't know how to take it off, but he got that figured out in less than 5 minutes. Now it's on my way. So that I consider that a Christmas present. So thank you, because that's just all that stress off of my mind. But then as I'm driving home, I'm thinking, okay, so now the passenger side is perfect, and now the driver's side is going to look wonky in comparison. It's fine to see, like it's safe, but just it's not like perfect like the new one, but it'll be fine. So that was a huge load off my mind. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, John. That's very cool. So yeah, I am still looking forward to it. Like that's what I was thinking. Like, okay, can you like maybe just like hint at maybe the name of the new album or the name of a new single? So that's what I was actually looking for. That's just not out there yet. And then there's like Reddit. People are speculating about stuff. I'm not trying to click on Reddit and see what they're talking about. Oh, John Rogers said, "You're welcome to me." Yeah, awesome, cool. So nothing really new about that. It's just I'll be surprised. Maybe it'll come out closer to my birthday. Who knows? It just I just have a feeling there's got to be at least one more single before the album drops. Keep the hype going since there's not. I already mentioned this. I know there aren't like a lot of new disease remixes. People remix the fuck out of it in like 2 weeks and just let it fly, and now they're waiting for something new. I'm glad they can work that fast. How does your mind work like that? Like, here's a song, I know how to make it better. And they just do something on their computer and just release it. That's the cool thing, too. Most of them are not monetized. So that helps. Since I listened to them in the car and YouTube changed its layout when you go back, it doesn't have a nice layout when you like hit back out of the video. Sometimes it makes it super tall and skinny, sometimes it makes it a square in the corner. I think that's dangerous. And something else YouTube's doing that I don't like. I wrote this down. It's doing a few things I don't like. Let me back up a little bit. Oh, I did want to say this because okay, no, within the last week, History for Granted uploaded a video. It was a premiere, and I was able to see it when it premiered live. So there it was on YouTube. And if you've been to a premiere, you know that the first 2 minutes is the worst, it's like this tacky to look at, annoying to look at, retro, not in a good way looking countdown clock for 2 minutes. And it's got this terrible music. Yeah, I wouldn't even call it music. It's just sounds. It's so irritating. It's like that for every single video. It's been like that for years. I don't know how many years, but it's been years. Let's say more than 5. But I go to History for Granted, and it's like this super streamlined countdown. It's like futuristic and cool and high tech, and like it doesn't have that annoying music. I'm like, fuck yeah, YouTube fixed something for the better. This is cool. I'm looking forward to this. And it was a cool video, all that. You know, I really do support that guy's channel. I watched a video of his, and it changed my life. I was like one person before I watched that video, and now I'm a whole new person since I watched that video, and that's why I started that's what gave me the idea somehow to like start making videos myself. So that's why I have that channel in my top 2. That was earlier this week. Oh, Kara's saying, do you live stream on YouTube Studios or StreamYard? I use Streamlabs, and then like I could have YT Studio up at the same time, and it would show me like say how many people are watching, how many people like the video, and all that. I don't know what it's going to do. Like, I don't know if it's going to create like a lag issue, like a sync issue. That's why I don't have it up now. So I never know how many likes I have until the video ends. Uh, and like, I don't know if that's just going to make my equipment too hot as well. So I just don't, it's just, I just don't know. I see you guys and I see myself, and that's all I know until the show ends. It is available though. Like, I could have it up to see while I'm live. Oh, Kara, cool. I made my first YouTube appearance on Sunday night on a channel I mod for. I was so nervous. Wow, do they just like ask you to like come onto the camera and talk? That's cool. It's hmm. I would say like because I wasn't nervous the first time I did a show because I had something to do, like because the camera was on and I was fiddling around with my Dark Shadows like DVD box set too, so I had something to do so I wouldn't be nervous. It's wow, that's cool though. Like, did they have you talk for a long time, or was it like 2 minutes to say what you had to say and then they had to kick you out, or like, oh, that's your time, we got to move on to something else? So I was super excited when Frank had that Captain Liberty premiere because I knew there was a new premiere countdown. So I'm like, oh boy, I get to see the new premiere countdown again, and I get to see this Captain Liberty video again. This is gonna be great. Click on the video, and there's that damn same old music and that damn same old ugly countdown. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought we got a Christmas present in the form of a better countdown experience. No, it doesn't depend on the channel, as it because Frank is not monetized. He gets the crummy countdown, but this other channel get the big new countdown. What's that about? It kind of almost makes you want a premiere video to see which one I get. But it was nice to think that I was going to get the new premiere countdown for like a few minutes. Oh, Kara said, yes, an Office Christmas party, LOL, 3 hours, haha, but I didn't talk much. Whoa, 3 hours is a long time. See, I would be more nervous if I wasn't talking because that's when I would be spending time just looking at myself, making sure I'm not looking some kind of stupid way or like turned weird or like just trying to hold still, but then like subtly doing things to like bring the attention back to myself, Steve McQueen style. Because once I learned the camera, I always have to play to it. If there's a camera on, I know it, and I either have to play to it or consciously not play to it, which just has me looking away around at other stuff more. Beach app, the device model totally turned off. Not too sure if there's something wrong with the device model or accidentally turned it off. It could just be having a little bit of a fit because it's Christmas. Like, try it tomorrow. Like, maybe it's just having a moment, having emotional issues. Kara said, I will say I have a new respect for creators that do shows 2 hours or longer. Yeah, all of the above, Capricorn life, LOL, yeah. It's it kind of makes, again, I'm watching The Wizard of Oz. It's an hour and a half. It feels like it goes by so fast. An hour feels like it goes by so fast. But like anything gets around 2 hours and it feels normal. Like, oh, this is like a live stream. Uh, and like I always could, watch longer movies. That's not an issue. But like it feels like an even shorter amount of time. So much that it kind of feels like maybe a 2 hour movie rushes by. That's not good. That's something I do have to be mindful of because if you feel like movies are rushing by, you're not going to enjoy them. So you have to slow down. It's too I still don't know like all my good like angles, so that's why I'd be like sitting there like, does this look good? Does that look good? I'm gonna slowly turn like this, like I'm paying attention, but I'm looking at myself to just see, I would be like that. Oh yeah, uh-huh. Just nodding like you're paying attention and looking around like a cat paying attention to a conversation. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Look at my phone like I'm so important. Uh-huh. Wow. That just do like that, just basically acting without saying anything or just mugging for the camera and trying to be super low key about it. Michael, cruising must have me blocked, not seeing them. Make sure you're on live chat up at the top. It always starts on top chat, no matter what. It does it for me. It does it for everybody. It lets you turn on timestamps. I've always got timestamps on. And when you do have timestamps on, they are a minute behind the actual time, so that's don't take it as a gospel. Kara, yeah, I think I need to watch Die Hard since I've seen it mentioned everywhere this week. You do want to watch Die Hard, especially if you've never seen it. You want to watch it. It's a action movie, so if you like action movies with good actors, you'll like it. And it even has some as the movie goes along, it's like, oh, and it's got him in it too. I know him from, so like it's, yeah, at least I did. You get that sensation, and like it is the late '80s. But it doesn't feel like the late '80s to me. It does feel like an early '90s film, like as if it came out in like maybe 1991, 1992 with the latest. Beat Chap. Also, it's better not to watch a film when extra tired. Viewed the movie called Music and Lyrics. Didn't enjoy it at all. I've heard of Music and Lyrics. I'm thinking of Words and Music. That's a Judy Garland film, but I have heard of. Yeah, don't watch a movie when you're tired. Don't watch The Hills Have Eyes when you're coming down off of acid. That's what happened to me. I only took acid once in my life. I would take it more times in my life. But what happened was we had how did that day go? But yes, so we, like had a good time, was watching that movie, and like there was like about an hour left, and I just feel like this weight come down on me. Like I was tired as fuck, but I really have to see the end of this movie because to just I have that in me. I just need to like complete things. If I start a song, might as well listen to the whole thing. They start a movie, might as well watch the whole thing. It's a fucked up movie, don't get me wrong, as is, and it didn't make me have nightmares or anything. But I don't think I slept that night. The whole next day at work, I was going super slow. The only way I don't work now, so if oh yeah, I guess I do work now. If I did do acid again, it would be on a day where the next day I'm off. That's my advice to you. I'm not a doctor. Kara, I don't remember Die Hard being a Christmas movie. It takes place during they're having a Christmas party at work, so that's why all those people are there. And then there's the one part where there's like this dead guy in a chair, and John McClane wrote on his shirt like something like "Now I have a gun, ho ho ho." So it takes place on December 24th, and like people do argue that it is not a Christmas movie. People say it is. So there, that fight's been going on for years. Like it is a Christmas movie. It just doesn't have Santa Claus in it. Beach App, I think it's got Drew Barrymore movie. Yeah, that sounds right. Drew Barrymore is a good actress. I will leave it at that. What you do want to watch Ever After from 1998. I want to cover that movie so bad because nobody, like, I think one video on YouTube has mentioned it, and like they're not even talking about it for the whole video. It's just like mentioned because there's other Cinderella things in that video. One video out of all of YouTube. So I want to make a video about it. Same as I want to do a review on Quills because absolutely nobody reviewed that movie from 2000. I want to be the only one. Carol thought it was anti-terrorism propaganda. Maybe. It's like 50-50. It kind of makes me think of like Terminator without Terminators because there's like a fight in a building. And it's got Alan Rickman as the villain. Alan Rickman is great as anything, but Alan Rickman as the villain, holy shit. Oh my god. And I do like Bruce Willis. I mean anything I've seen him in I liked. I like that he gets so mad, like when he has to do press and interviews for movies, he is so like checked out now. Like before, yeah, he did it. Now he's older. He just does not care. He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to answer questions. He doesn't want to look at the person asking the questions. He's over it. Like, dude, just stay home. That's what Jeremy Irons does. He's like, I'll be in the film. I'm not doing press for it. I'm not showing up to the premiere. I don't feel like doing that. No shit. Want to go to talking about fun fact. Bruce Willis was the sixth choice for the part of John McClane. Die Hard was originally meant for Frank Sinatra. Yeah, Die Hard was shoot. I want to say it's like Die Hard is technically a sequel to a film that Frank Sinatra was already in. So they tried to get him on for the sequel, or like maybe they had to ask him because, contracts or whatever. But at that age, he's like, no. Thanks for asking, but no. Oh, one to go to. He declined the part, yeah. Dandy, glad you made it. Yeah. Well, howdy, balcony people. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Kara Bruce is a great actor, in my opinion. Yeah, he's absolutely. Have not. I saw The Sixth Sense. I saw Armageddon. I saw the couple of Die Hards. Red. Um. Death Becomes Her. So he can do comedy. He can do action. He can do drama. So I respect anybody, any actor who can just do. I mean, he sings too. Did he do? He does have an album because if you watch Steve 1989 MRE Info, there is like Bruce Willis's album from back in the day, and he's like pointing. It's like that or like that, whichever way he's pointing on the cover, like somebody's in the audience. Um, I don't know if he dances too. He's a Pisces. He should. Michael, I'm going to watch Home Alone 2 or Die Hard, which is certainly a Christmas movie. Absolutely. That's true. Yeah, one to go to. Fun fact, Hans Gruber was Alan Rickman's first major studio role. Yeah. Kind of just like floated underneath the radar for uh, years. Which is crazy. That does happen with some actors. They just well, like look at Christoph Waltz. He was always doing like like German films, like little stuff. Like German TV stuff we would not have seen. But then as a older fella, that he gets to do Django Unchained and starts winning Oscars every single year because he's that good. Oh, here we go. Reading this. One to go to saying Die Hard is, in fact, a sequel to Thorpe's earlier novel, The Detective, yeah, which received a film adaptation starring Frank Sinatra as Joe Leland, a hard boiled cop in 1968. Yeah, I knew that. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the detail. I said I knew that. Thank you. One to go to saying talking about Alan Rickman. He's a veteran of the London stage. Alan Rickman was a virtual unknown to American audiences when he accepted the role of Cheap diehard villain Hans Gruber. Damn straight. Wow. And that's the thing that's so sad. We just don't have, they just don't film stage stuff the way they film TV and movies. So we just don't have, versions of plays. There's so much work that so many actors have done that we just don't know about because it wasn't filmed. And like that pisses me off about vaudeville. It pisses me off about the stage because there are lots of actors who I love and that you just can't see most of their work because it was fucking plays. Just for example, Richard Burton. He loved doing plays versus movies because you're doing a play, you can be as dramatic as you want. You can shout as loud as you want because you can. But then you go to make a movie, you can't shout that loud because you don't want to, hurt the equipment. You're too loud. The mic can't pick you up. You got to do another take. So he just he didn't want to have to control himself on a stage on a film set. He wanted to be on the stage. Oh, want to go to Sam Neill was the first choice to play Hans Gruber. Wow. You gotta watch Merlin. Last I knew it was still on Tubi from 1998. Sam Neill, you know him from Jurassic Park. I'm trying to imagine him as a villain right now. I'm not saying he couldn't do it. Wow. I did not know that. That's so cool. John Rogers, I wanted a good laugh and watched the movie Moving Violations today. Have not seen that. I've heard of it though. Who did blackface? Michael? And got that old Premiere for videos. If you watch the Captain Liberty thing, watch Lenny. Lenny is the blue lava lamp that you see because like you'll see his little ball of lava go up and then like right as Captain Liberty is finishing the story, just that ball of lava falls down at just the right pace for him to finish what he's saying. And all three of those people are no longer with us. Not Captain Liberty, not Lenny, and not Louise. They're all up in lava lamp heaven. And then, like, yeah, last night Frank goes live and somebody calls in. And, most people, like they call and they start talking right away. So this other person, he says the area code. Yeah, caller, on the air. Like 1 second of silence. And it's a chick. Then she goes, I hate this show. So I was thinking about this. So Frank's daughter needs she's like comic book guy. So can somebody get her like a worst episode ever t-shirt? Like she won't get the reference now, but maybe in like 15 or 20 years she will. So oh my god, that's too much fun. Beach Chap, there's also heaps of movies here on YouTube as well. Some even streamed for free. Yeah, there are. Like, I've got a lot of movies that people have just uploaded that are just free. Like, not like the YouTube free to watch with ads, just like some regular person on their channel just uploaded a movie. So, like, I've got stuff like that saved. Oh, Michael, yeah, chat doesn't keep up with you, Chatterbox. I always forget. It took me like maybe 20 or 30 episodes to remember there's a delay. And I'm like, what, like 50 some live shows in? I don't know if it's quite that many because some of them have been like multi-parters. A one to go to, yeah, The Detective is a 1968 American neo-noir crime drama film starring Frank Sinatra. Kara's asking when did Captain Liberty pass? Because we just found out a couple of Fridays ago. Uh, it's yeah. I mean, like I don't know if that's when it happened. That's just when we found out. Oh, let me look at a calendar. Uh, Captain Liberty tribute on the 16th, so I think we found out on the 13th. Yeah. Sorry, 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 sorry. Nothing froze. Hooray! It was. It was on the, yeah, Captain Liberty. We found out on the 13th. Yeah, so Friday the 13th, we found out. So I would assume it happened before then. It would be very odd for Frank to get a notification that somebody died and they were still alive. Oh, I thought I was dead. I got better. False alarm. Yeah, I don't know, if he had been like sick for a while or if he got hurt or I just, he has not called in for a while. So I don't know his age or, anything like that, like where it was in the world. He sounds American. Lone Yukon, yeah, not today, Santa. We made that joke, yeah. What to go to, yeah. Frank's daughter's so precious. She was just like, like it was fun for a while, then she was just not feeling that show. This is what you do all day, Dad? Get a real job. Who are you talking to? John Rogers, I think around a week ago. Yeah, it has not been very long. Yeah, glad you made it, Lone Yukon. Yeah, I was saying like like merch wise, it would probably wouldn't sell well, but like say just for like November, December, Gray could sell a not today Santa, sure, and like maybe put like little like white dots that look like snow, or like a little maybe like a Santa hat on the like the S for Santa, but like maybe make them because merch shirts are not cheap, so I maybe make it $15. I would not buy like a themed shirt like that myself, but like it would just be cute to see. But it is a lot like a joke on top of a joke. Like I was saying, like when you see a meme and it references another meme, you have to understand both those memes to get it, and so it won't have as far as an appeal. You have to be careful with stuff like that. O'Kara said, I think Thorpe's father was a private eye in NYC, so he grew up with interesting talk at the dinner table. Oh, yeah. O'Kara said, I have a handful of his novels, not sure on that one. And yeah, RIP Captain Liberty, yeah, definitely. Uh, it really, it sucks when we lose a frankly, but then they got lava lamps and tons of good folks and all of my cats to keep them company. So they're okay. Though new Kanye, don't overthink it though. Yeah, it's like it's again, like you don't want to take it like a something funny or a joke and beat it to death just to get all the comedy you can out of it, just like wring its neck, like be as funny as you can, god damn, it's not that serious. Like if this was a shirt, now I was gonna make money off of it. Hmm. Oh yeah, something else YouTube is doing. I guess a lot of sites do this. Don't go in for this. Stop doing it. Don't click on this. Here's your year-end recap. I know. I was here for it. Because what happened like a week or so ago, it's you get this extra thing as you're scrolling. Here's the song you listened to the most in 2024. I know. I was there. I listened to it about 300 times the first day it came out, and then I saw it was like 980 views. So I listened to it another 30 times in one day just to make sure it got up to 100, no, 1K, 1,000 views. I know. I caused an earthquake by listening to that song. You don't have to tell me. See what else you. No, fuck you. See this. Fix that countdown screen. Fix YT Studio when I go to content. Have you fixed it yet? Nope. Haven't fixed that. Fix it when I go to YouTube and when I hit back out of a video, it doesn't make like like this and then that and then this and then that. How about you do that? How about you stop? Just fix something. Do something good. Don't tell me what I already know. Tell me how many times you disconnected chat in 2024. I want to know that. Something fierce. Tell me that and I'll be impressed. Smart ass. BChap, the Franklin roasting meme generator YouTube videos. That was quality entertainment as well. I want to go to saying, as a young college graduate, Thorpe worked at a detective agency owned by his father in the Bronx, NYC. He would later teach literature and lecture on creative writing at schools and universities. That's cool. Lone Yukon, yeah, a stream keeps giving me links for my year of gaming history. It gave me that too. Here's your year of gaming. How is YouTube going to tell me about games I play? Because there's no way to. You're not Twitch, so how would you know? Unless I was a gaming channel and talked about it. If I click on something gaming, it better just show me like the Gray Still Plays video I listen to the most, because that's as close as I get to gaming. I mean, like, I watch other people play video games on YouTube, but like on the whole, I'm watching more of Gray. So like, show me the video of his that I watch the most of. I would love to know what that is, because I watch a variety and then I watch a lot of compilations. So like, show me that. I'm interested in that. I'd like to know. Yeah, Michael, Nikki going off. Yeah, just like they want to be proud of one thing they did. Why don't you like fix something that's broken instead of being like telling me something I already know? Carrie, yeah, the shit gets even worse closer to January 1st. Because, like, they're like updating and doing year end stuff. So that makes things laggy as fuck. Nobody asked for that. Because don't click on that stuff, because that gives that more incentive to keep showing you year end shit on every single fucking website you go to. I don't need it on YouTube. I don't need it on Tumblr. I don't need it any goddamn where. I don't want it on Pornhub. Here's your most viewed video. Here's your favorite part. Like, oh yeah, he was giving it to her. Fuck yeah, I love this video. Thank you, Pornhub. I don't know if it's set up that way. I don't go there. Beach happy. I gotta be careful not to click on links. It could be a computer program virus. It could be an ad. There's so many ads on YouTube. And since I use dark mode, the very first ad you get is bright fucking white. Is it going to do it now? Because it sure does it. It's not going to do it now. But when I look at my phone first thing in the morning at 9 a.m., I get some dumb fucking ad with an AI picture and a bright white advertising for something they can shove up their ass. If there's an ad for it, it's probably bad for you. That's easy to remember because it rhymes. Happy New Year is one of the better countdowns. Now, ever since like I don't celebrate, like, my midnight is not at 12 o'clock a.m. the way it is for everybody else. But even with that in mind, I did always have a tradition for the last, well, not this year, not last year, but before that, the last 23 years before, never be holding one of my cats. No, don't let anybody in my house be holding a cat when the clock goes over to midnight. Just because I noticed whenever that happens, that cat died within that year. So that became a like for me in my house, I would have to, if I was living with other people and I had multiple cats, I'm like going from room to room. Like, if I don't pick up that cat for another 5 minutes, swear to God, I'll hurt you if I see you touch that cat. You can pet them. Do not be holding that cat in your arms, or there's going to be some. I never had to get violent, but I would have. Because if something happens to that cat in the next year, I'm coming right for you. Lone Yukon, YouTube is throwing U.S. military college enrollment videos in my feed. It says not just for Americans. I'm a Canuck. Yeah, the real fight is at home, and all the college students had to take shots, so they're not going to be around in 7 years. Michael, bro, you were on a tear today. Nikki, Pornhub video games, and tearing ass on Christmas. Danny, was nice bringing in Christmas with Frank and everybody last night. Yeah, that was funny too because then there's Frank. It's like 11:59, and he's like, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm thinking it's nowhere near 6:08 in the morning, but oh, okay. Like I know everybody else's midnight means it's the next day for them, but I'm in the chat room like today's still the 24th for me. I didn't know what everybody was on about. Oh yeah, that means oh okay. I guess it's tomorrow for you. All right. So I get it. I get it. I'm glad he was excited. I'm mad if I'm up at my midnight. I'm pissed off. If I'm up before 6 a.m. and I can't get back to sleep, I'm mad. Like it's still tomorrow. It's not even tomorrow yet. It's still today. It's not tomorrow yet, and I'm awake. Like I'm mad when that happens. I'm never happy at my midnight. Beach app got YouTube premium membership, though it doesn't stop the sponsorship advertisements. Yeah, stop doing the premium thing then. You can just back out of ads, and if something has an ad wall, don't watch it. Oh, Yukon, LOL, you guys can't keep your shit together. Why would I want to go there? Exactly. Yeah, we just got different problems down here. It's what the hell? It's the same thing, just a little bit warmer weather. Fewer Tim Hortons. They are around. I don't know if my town has one. I think I know where one is. And just checking YouTube. Looks like Gray's not uploading today. That's okay. It's not like today's a holiday for me or anything, so that's fine. Oh, that sucks, John Rogers. Because of my work schedule, I usually wake up around 5 a.m. I miss when I kind of miss when I had insomnia because you can get a lot of thinking done when you wake up at 4 or 5 or 6 in the morning and you're not getting up for a few hours. But on the whole, until like I can get away from the bad depression that I had for the last month, so I can be up longer, and until then, it's like I really shouldn't be up before 9 because I'll get way too sleepy by the end of the night. Kara, I like the midnight Frankathon. I was up for once. Yeah, that was cool, Frankathon. And it's cool because again, that's how I saw Mark Swan. It's usually he's not around for regular shows. That's why you want to go to like the coffee chats and when he streams on Twitch and like the stuff that's not from 7 to 9 because then you see people there that you just can't make it to the regular shows for whatever reason. So yeah, that's why he's around. He's okay. Lone Yukon. I already live in hell. Why do I want another shade? Right? And I did want to say this might be the right time to bring it up since it's Christmas. But like how we were on the subject of like how I thought that the Jetsons and the Flintstones were real, and you can't tell me that they're not. Like I kind of think like okay, I get that they're cartoons, but that incredible Mr. Limpet thing, you can't tell me that's not like a real thing that happened. Like why don't they talk about that more on the History Channel? But oh, how old was I? I was in first grade, so I was about 6. And I had to take a bus to school, which is, fine. But the thing was, the bus took us home the same way every day, and we always went past Santa Claus's house. I know right where the house is. It's been that long, he probably doesn't live there anymore. But it's right on a corner in town, and there would always be this guy out there, like white hair, white beard, belly, and he's out you just doing yard work. He wasn't like trying to get it like waving at the bus like a pervert. He was just out there taking care of his lawn. It was a nice yard. But the thing he would do is around Christmas time he had a whole ass sleigh. He would just set in his front yard, and then like you would see him like the parents would come by with the kids, let the kids sit on Santa's lap, and just to get that whole Santa Claus experience. Like I never did. Like I don't think my parents would have taken me. They didn't care. They didn't like me that much. Um, didn't want my childhood to be too magical. But I got to drive by and see that every day. And if we happen to drive down that street and there's that house, like here, hey, there's Santa Claus. Oh my God, it's Santa. So you couldn't tell me Santa Claus wasn't real because we drove past his house every day I went to school when I was 6 years old. So that's a real guy. I mean, in real life he's probably passed on, but maybe he just moved. He's Santa Claus. He just moved to a different town. It wasn't very far from the post office. I will say that. It's like on the same street. Maybe that's Santa's thing. He gets like close to the post office because he has to work with them. Look out for that. Look like go down the road from your post office to check out like the houses on the corner, see if Santa Claus lives there. I'm not in your town. I can't do it for you. I think it's a real thing. And then it kind of blew my mind when Frank was saying that like his mom gets what he does as far as broadcasting to people, like doing this. I'm talking, you guys are hearing me, and we interact with each other, and it has as much of a reach as it does. But then Frank was saying that his dad Anthony, like, he doesn't get the live streaming, and I don't understand what it is to not get about, like, what does he think happens that Frank's just like recording like his show and say uploading it later. I want to know what goes through, like what he doesn't understand about it. Like I get, like, I think like Tony Black understands the whole process. I don't understand how his dad doesn't get it when he's the actor. He should get it more than the rest of us. So I want to know what that disconnect is, because this is the first time I'm hearing about it. It's like, what's not to get? It kind of hits me wrong, the way like I can't understand how somebody would not have a an online presence or a YouTube account. Since I live here, I can't fathom it. And what did I see? John Rogers said, yeah, on Columbus Ave, he did that for years. Yeah, so this would have been the 80s, 90s, late 80s, something like that. Michael, the post office bit is really is ready-made stand-up bit. You should try it out an open mic. I have had people tell me I should do stand-up. Like when I was talking about, hey, I gotta come up with the stage name, people like, oh my God, Nikki, you should do stand-up. I can't write jokes. So I'm not a comedian. I would be more of a comic, which is just a person who comments on things. Like I can't say like a man walks into a bar, or like if I think a situation is funny, maybe it's just funny to me just because of my sense of humor. I don't know if people are gonna take it the same way I do. Uh, so like I wish I could take um my personality or any like comedy and turn it into something that could be a career, because like I love comedians. There's so I don't understand how you can just be that funny. You get somebody like Richard Belzer, who was like too funny. You will run out of breath laughing at this man because he just does not stop. I don't know how they do that. I kind of like, one part of me wants to learn it. On the other hand, what if that takes all the fun out of it? What if every time I hear a joke, I'm just sitting in my head like one, two, three, punchline? What if all I do is spend all of my time like counting the time in between, like setup and punchline? It's I don't want to take like the comedy out of comedy for myself, because I don't have I have very few joys left in life. I don't need to take that away from myself. So, like, yeah, there is the desire to be successful and actually be good at something for once. But then, at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself. And if I take comedy away from myself, I don't know what I would do. I almost feel like stopping breathing. Stand up is invigorating, and you talk your ass off. It's a weird experience. Just see what works. Yeah, I do like this gives me a chance to say things and work on, so like sometimes I will like say stuff before I do a show and like and then say it live and then like I'll watch it back like hey that worked, but I'm not sitting here like writing jokes and then because if I did stuff like that I'd be like super nervous about it. Wait, no, I got the rest of that joke here. It was it's in another notebook. Hold on, got so I because I am that type. If I plan ahead, I get nervous and then in the moment I'll forget everything I planned. Whereas if I just wing it, then it's fine. So that's kind of why these are so. That's why I really don't have a proper outro yet because I'll be turned. I don't want it to sound cheesy. So if I sit here and write something out, like I do need to have a proper outro so I'm not just rambling at the end. I know that. But then I run the risk of it sounding too cheesy because it sounds one way and then you're in the moment speaking naturally. It's gonna sound another way. You just have to work it out. Or maybe this is the thing. Maybe I'm getting good at comedy with the live shows, and then I'll be doing stand up. But how do you do stand up from home? Like I don't even know where you go up to do that kind of thing. And I don't dress slutty enough to get guys' attention out in public. So like to be a stand-up comedian, I don't have the body for it. Low new count. It's called cocaine abuse, Nikki. You got to be high to be a comedian. Yeah, to do the old school Robin Williams thing. I have noticed I just the way I talk, I will like naturally say say it does come off like a setup and then I take a pause and then I'm like saying the punchline and the rest. It's not a dramatic pause for comedy. It's because my memory's bad. I'm thinking what to say next, but you guys don't know that. So when I'm watching myself back, it looks like comedic timing. I just have no memory and it comes off funny. It works. You got to work with it. Nobody, if I didn't say that, nobody would have known that. Well, in Yukon, I know a few guys that were open micers, always stoned. Like I've been on here stoned before, but as forgetful as I am, it just makes it worse. And then it makes it feel like time is sped up. And it also makes it feel like time is going twice as slow. So I'm like panicking about thinking about things to say. And then I noticed I was reading the chat room more than talking. So like maybe it was like funny to watch, but it was kind of like stressful to sit through. I do want to do another Stone show again. Maybe I just gotta try it out. See how it goes. I would like to have enough material together that I don't have to look at notes. Maybe I can just go on my memory or just have some stories to tell that I don't have to forget what I'm talking about halfway through and start telling another story. Michael saying, you're trying to make it mathematical. You're speaking right now to strangers on the internet. Write it out. Nervousness is part of the fun. So I'm naturally a nervous person. I just anxiety and all that stuff. So I can't pretend to. Maybe I can pretend to not be nervous sometimes. I don't know if it ever comes through. Oh, Joe Taylor, glad you made it. Yeah, Merry Christmas. She's saying, I just wanted to say Merry Christmas, love and blessings to Nikki and Franklies. Oh, thank you. Glad you made it over. Spelled Christ Mass with Christ in caps and then the rest. One-liners are pretty easy to memorize, Lone Yukon, yeah. Every once in a while, like I will get some one-liners, some stuff just comes to me in the chat room, or I'll just be talking and stuff comes to me, or I'll think about what I want to say for the show, and I might think of something like, "Oh, I gotta write that down. That was good." Oh no, that was today. Michael, LOL. All I did on stage is tell true stories on stage. Yeah, I guess I could do that. I don't know if all of my I don't know if my stories are funny. Like I will watch stuff back. I will watch my shows back and I'll have moments where just the delivery, like something I say will make me laugh. Oh, thank you. Joe Taylor said, I love your shirt, Nikki. Yeah, this is a Gray Still Plays, Not Today Satan. It's a small, and you can't see because it's very thin. It's far away, but it says Gray Still Plays. And if you want one, there's a link in the description right now to graystillplays.com. Not sponsored, not affiliated. I just like his work and watch his channel most of the time. It's the first thing I watch when I turn the TV on, and then I'm usually watching Gray or maybe something else when I am done with the shows for the night. Because I can't necessarily look, like, I can't look at any words, so I can't look at my phone very much at all after a show's over. So I basically just put something on to kind of listen to. But yeah, I do like to, like I said, watch The Wizard of Oz on Christmas. I didn't realize that back in the day they played it for Christmas, which is just one word, on, for, but it makes a world of difference. And I was just going on what I've been told by folks who were basically alive back then. I wasn't like Googling it to find out. But then I had the thought, because I do follow a channel, not a channel, but a page on Tumblr, and they will post movie stuff, but they also post, like, on this day, this movie premiered, Casablanca, or whatever, when was The Wizard of Oz? And I'm thinking there, okay, here I am watching it in December. I know they played it for Christmas, but didn't that come out in, like, the summer? Like, August or something? So, like, then I'm like, well, let me ask the internet. And it did. It came out like August 10th, 1939. But if you didn't know, it didn't do very well. It barely made back its budget at the time, and it was an expensive movie, and it was just sort of looked at as a failure. And then they started releasing it on television in, yeah, 1956 television broadcast premiere of the film on CBS reintroduced the film to the public. This is from Wikipedia. But what happened was they played it in 1956, and then they didn't play it again on TV for 2 years. They just, I don't know. Did not a lot of people tune in the one year? Did they have too much stuff plan to play the next 2 years? So they're like, oh, we just don't have time to play this movie. We're just gonna skip it. Nobody likes it. But then they started it up again, started playing it. I can't find what I read now, but I think it said it played it from like 1959 to something like 1991, just once a year, and then they started playing it more. Michael said, I prefer Grey's Anatomy. I have not seen that show. And they don't make memes of it. So yeah, I totally get the Christmas thing now. Couldn't say what I would do for it next year, but this is like this time this year, nothing like last year. Because this time last year, of course, Frank was off the air, but that was just it because I was not doing live shows. I was still losing my vision and my hearing at my last job. There was only 1 hour of chat room on YouTube, and we had just lost to Frankly. Why do we always have Franklies die like November, December? Why is there always, like, we can't get through a whole year? I'm not saying it happens every year, but just here's just three examples, because Gadget Doc also passed away in November 2020. But what's going on that people Michael, yeah, and they don't make memes of it. I couldn't tell you one character on Grey's Anatomy. I've never seen one meme of it. On Tumblr, I see Supernatural memes. I've never watched that show, but I know that's a thing over there. So like it has some templates that get reused. Nothing about Grey's Anatomy, and I do need to follow an extra page. I was following 69 other pages, but I had to stop following one because I swear to God I cannot see this. I'm pretty sure everybody I follow on there is like in roughly the northern hemisphere. So what the fuck is wrong with this guy posting just like pictures of like barns and snow and horses in snow and trees in snow and just like whatever in snow. It's always outside during the day and it's snowy. I know it's December in the northern hemisphere. It's been cold as fuck for like 2 months. I don't need a reminder of it every time I'm scrolling through Tumblr looking for laughs. Like I can't take this anymore. And like food, I don't want to see food. Shit. So I couldn't take it anymore. Nice page seems like a nice person. You don't like talk to these people. You just follow their pages. It's not like here. It's not like that. But there went my 69. So then I gotta follow one other page to just Michael, yeah, Albert and Gadget Doc, rest in peace. Absolutely. Good folks. John Rogers, I think I have a couple of seasons of it. My ex left behind. Ugh. Like I couldn't tell you the actors on that show. I don't know if it has hot guys. It's a medical show. It's not ER. It's not Scrubs. So what's it going to teach me? I did hear. Oh goodness, I forget exactly what. Maybe a TV show or anime. But this person was there. They were pointing out that this whatever it was TV show anime must not be any good because I've never seen any porn of it. Like no like sexy like type drawings, probably not. Like the CGI fake AI type porn that they make with computers and all that stuff. But that's a good point. If you're not seeing memes of it, if you're not seeing, if they're not Rule 34 ing it, then how good can it be? Oh, Michael, that's great. Say Albert talked him through some shit and he misses him. Oh, that's good of him. Wow. Yeah, it sucks. And I know it's different too for like guys to talk about that say they're depressed versus a girl to say it. Like I know there is that stigma, but we really do have to find a way around it. Society's not going to do that for us. We have to do it ourselves. I don't know exactly how, but I know it can be done. There has to be a way. Nothing is ever a hard no. There's always a workaround. I can't do that because I'm not a guy, but it has to start sometime. If it's not, I have been saying this all year, and this is true. I still think this, as shitty as this year's been so far, that if it's not going to happen in year 25, it's not going to happen at all. That's how I know I'm going to be getting a banger CD from Lady Gaga. She's had enough time. If she wrote one song a year, she has time. So far, one of them is great. I'm so sorry. I guess so. Because what the hell even was that song? Because it wasn't on that Harlequin album that's like a tie-in with Joker too. It was just a standalone a song with Bruno Mars. Again, I guess can go on there fine. It can be the one whatever the fuck song, and everything else can be great. Sort of like the reverse of Joanne, where it had one good song and everything else was like painful to sit through. This will be the opposite. Every song will be a banger, and then skip, and then the rest of the album, or put it at the end so I can just forget it's there. Yeah, now, is there anything on YouTube or Tubi that's going to be around in January that you guys want to watch? I mean, you can look around now, you can look around later, drop it in the comments, but that's what I'm going to be focusing on next, after I call to get them to like mop up this friggin' pond in the bathroom. And the way it tips, like I ought to just have like a bathtub that's like in the floor, because then it could just all flow. But I digress. Because I do want to. It is so much fun to watch a movie knowing that I'm just going to be talking about it with you guys, and then I get to spend most of the show talking about it. In one way, I will admit it is kind of a easy way to make a show because you're just talking about a piece of media that already exists. So I do see why there are so many channels that cover movies. Of course, they do it better than me because they've got visuals and editing and stuff like that, but like the thing already exists. All you have to do is critique it. And I mean, like, I don't exactly do that. It's more of a, like, hey, I saw this movie. I want to tell my friends about it kind of a thing. So, like, I see why channels do that, or like reaction channels. All you have to do is sit there and watch a thing with the camera pointed at yourself. So that's a just easy way to make content. You don't think about it. I don't really watch reaction videos that people reacting to anything, especially looking up, singles for or remixes of Disease, listening to Disease for the first song, and people are freaked out in the thumbnail, and a vocal coach reacts to Lady Gaga singing. We know she can sing by now. Like, get with it. If it's this year and you didn't know she couldn't sing before, I guess you were just born about 2 years ago, because where the hell have you been? Even if you don't like the lady, you know she can sing. Ostrog is always amazing. I'm surprised it got made, to be honest. I do want to, since you do bring that up, I am probably just going to watch it. Even if it doesn't get chosen, I do want to see that for myself. I know it's subtitled, so I gotta be in a subtitle mood. And you can, at least I can't. Sometimes I just want to like lay on my side and watch a movie. But then if I'm reading, it's like I'm reading up and down if your head's on the side. So I'm like, oh, let me like lay down straight so I can watch this. I gotta think. So yeah, if you're going through it, let somebody know, because there's lots of folks have gone through things that nobody knows about because we keep those to ourselves. I mean, I don't, but you guys do. So just it is scary to reach out. It's super scary, especially like when you are going through it, you just mentally kind of cannot reach out, and it sounds like dumb to say out loud, but that's honestly what it is. Like, just thinking the thought of asking for help and having to like deal with somebody else's responses, whether they're good or bad, just the thought of doing that stresses you out enough to just want to take a nap. So like, I understand why it's hard to reach out. It really sucks. Michael, it's mostly visual, but the subtitles are concise. Yeah, subtitles are fine for me. The only real time I had an issue with subtitles, don't watch this movie, because it was sold to me as a what's it called? Shoot, I love this film. It's in my top 5. What Dreams May Come, with Robin Williams, 1998. Michael Kamen score. Pan's Labyrinth. They're like, oh, this is visually stunning. It's like What Dreams May Come, and like maybe like The Cell from 2000. You want to watch The Cell? Oh my fucking god, Vincent D'Onofrio. The score. Oh my god, I saw that in the theater. It's so good. Anyway, it's like that movie. It's like this other movie. You love these two movies. You're gonna like this. Don't sit through it. Don't put yourself through this, because not only is it not like anything like those other two movies, like it does have a few like fanciful elements that lasts for maybe 2 minutes. It's not like a visually stunning film all the way through. Like you will have like these tiny little sections, like a handful of moments literally, and then a downer ending. And on top of that, it's in Spanish. And if you don't know anything about Spanish, you find out real quick. They speak it fast as fuck. So you're reading faster than you ever have read in your entire life. Words that don't matter about nothing because this movie's so like not what it was built up to be. And then you get the downer ending again. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I could. I'm just not going to be a dick like that. I hate that movie so much. I don't even know what year it came out. Maybe it's not the worst movie that ever was made. I don't want to. It's not The Last Jedi. I'm not saying it's cursed or anything like that. I think that movie is. Um, it's just that's how they sell movies. This is like this. It's like this other movie. It's like this other popular movie, and it's really not. It's not like it's nothing like that. There's no because both of those other movies sort of have happy endings for some of the characters. Not Pan's Labyrinth, and you spend your all this time reading so fast and looking at all this like I want to see like the cool stuff to look at. I don't want to sit here reading a mile a minute for an hour and a half or 2 hours, however long it is. It's just, no, that movie is a chore, a chore to get through. Michael, What Dreams May Come was intense. Pan's Labyrinth was one of the few I walked out of, though. Oh my god, it's just not. It's nothing. And then like I'm thinking, I hear the word labyrinth. I'm thinking the movie Labyrinth. David Bowie and what's her name who can't act. So like I'm thinking of that, like Muppets and like fanciful fantasy, a good time. It's not like Labyrinth. It's not like What Dreams May Come. It's not like The Cell. It's I really don't watch a whole lot of Spanish movies. I don't know what I could compare it to. It's just not. But if you want to watch it, maybe that's somebody's favorite movie. Great, more power to you. But that would be something like if the channel got to a place like, yeah, if you want to pay me like $5 to sit through this movie or something, I will. But I'm not gonna do it for free. I'll sit and watch this fucker and review it. But I swear to God, I'm not doing it on my own time. It's not nothing, like I've seen it once. I don't have to see it again. I don't, there's nothing I missed. There's no like hot guys. I don't need to I don't even know. I couldn't tell you who did the score. I don't know what year it came out. Nothing. I remember the guy says no mas preguntas, and I know I don't have a Spanish accent, but like I know what that means in Spanish because I took a year of Spanish and did well in it, and then I never used it again, so I forgot most of it. But he said that it's like I know what that means. I didn't have to read the subtitles for like one line. I'm so smart. But then the movie continues on. Can you just speak slower? I just don't understand why they have to speak so fast and move so slow. That makes no sense at all. Like I understand like sometimes I go back and watch these when I was super like depressed and like talking too much, like like that on coke all of the time. You don't need to speak that fast. Nobody needs to speak that fast. What is happening that your words have to come out that fast? Um, Email? Nothing. Not nothing important. And I'm just checking YouTube again because I can't believe Gray didn't upload GTA on a Wednesday, and it's not even a holiday. Just get your editor to get Zach or Alex or Petey or whoever works for you to just push the fucking button. I don't know. Just maybe they all got the day off, and so nobody was there to hit the nothing was You can schedule something. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's not like the channel's over. It's just one day. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like not even a short. And I don't even watch his shorts. I don't get it. It's a feed the monster, damn it, upload the videos. Yeah, because I am gonna go through because we were suggesting so many videos. Like I seriously have at least two full pages probably of movies already, and like I've got Ransom written down. And that's probably going into the mix, but I want to see because there's got to be some movies that we've already that you guys have recommended that are still available. I mean, like a movie's not really going anywhere on YouTube, but Tubi, like movies come and go. Like they had The Mummy from 1999 was available in I want to say October, and then I checked again and it was gone. So it's just maybe they think it's a Halloween movie, even though it came out in May. Ran from May to June, end of June, at least in the theater around here. Yeah, you do want to check out What Dreams May Come. Annabella Sciorra is also in it. The style of art, computer generated. I haven't seen that in so long. I would imagine the CGI still holds up, but Robin Williams called it a virtual Van Gogh. Yeah, take it easy, Michael saying, I love you, sister. Thank you for hanging out with me. See you very soon. Yeah, we'll be doing the same thing tomorrow. It is tomorrow a holiday, like Boxing Day or because I don't have U.S. holidays in my calendar. There's a unlike Frank's phone, he was complaining that his phone had U.S. holidays. He didn't want them in there. There's no way to take them out, but he has an iPhone. I've got an Android, and I don't have that problem. But that kind of throws me off because, like when Frank was off for uh, Labor Day, I didn't know when that was, so I was surprised. What do you mean you're off on some random Tuesday or whatever it was in September? What happens in September? Okay, just whatever day that was. And I mean, like, it can't have snow in it just because I don't want to see snow on Tumblr doesn't mean we can't watch a snowy movie when it's January. So that it doesn't necessarily have to be, like I was saying, no Christmas movie for December, but then we didn't do a movie for December. Like, it doesn't have to be seasonal. Like, it can be, it doesn't have to be. You don't have to just watch your, say, like The Shining in the winter and then turn around and watch The Beach in the summertime. I don't know if many people saw that movie. Leonardo DiCaprio uh, on a beach. I saw it once in the theater and never again. I think I liked it. I don't remember now that I've brought it up. Yeah, I really hope folks are not stuck at their, like, say, stuck at some family's house and they've already done the Christmas thing and now they're just sitting there, like, stuck, like they want to leave, but then they're, like, having a conversation with somebody or somebody's bitching. So they've got their coat and their keys, but they can't leave yet. So they're just, I could be doing something else at Christmas, but I gotta listen. Okay, Aunt Gertrude. Okay, yeah, yeah, sure, we'll do that. Yes, 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 we'll do that too. Can we go? My family wants to leave. You've been talking to us since lunchtime. It's dinner time. And I will try to, when I am looking at movies, I'll maybe, if one is 3 hours, sort of edge away from it. Just to say, I don't want to have 2 3 hour movies back to back because, well, that's okay for me. Some folks might not like that. And what if they start to sense a theme? Like, okay, is the next movie going to be 4 hours long? How are we going to just sit here and marathon a TV show? Damn, woman, I thought it was just going to be like a one movie thing. Now we got to buy a whole series of DVDs. So just so I'm not trying to make it insane like that because uh, if I don't say anything, people might think I might lean towards that, and that's not what I'm trying to do. Like, we can watch shorter movies. There are plenty of older, shorter films that are just fine. Or maybe something that is an hour and a half. An hour and a half flies by. It really does. Oh, Michael saying he said I chose Home Alone 2 over Die Hard. Good night. Okay. I know I've seen Home Alone 2, but it's, maybe just a literal few times. Like, I wouldn't even say five, maybe three. Definitely at least once, maybe two, possibly three. It couldn't be more than that. Not the first Home Alone. Hell yeah, watched that all the time. Saw it in the theater. All of that. All I remember from Home Alone 2 is a bird lady, and then it turns out she was a singer, like an opera singer. And when did that movie come out? Early 90s. I don't remember it. I don't remember if it's like, was John Candy even in the second one? And I know that's something that's not going to be, say, on YouTube or Tubi, so I can't just sit down and watch. Like, oh yeah, it was this. I know people like it because it has Trump in it for a hot minute, but they filmed it in Trump Tower, and then isn't like the stipulation that he had to be in the film if they were going to use his building. So, and he's like, does a cameo. John Rogers, you do want to watch the first Home Alone. It's instant classic. I it's so good. It's so good. Oh my God. I mean, yeah, I have not seen it in a lot of years, but I saw it in the theater, when it came out. Uh, it was great. Oh my God. And, for a person that, I'm not a Christmas person, it's not my thing, but, little Macaulay Culkin's doing the damn thing. I'm glad he's still with us. He has got a great sense of humor for going through what he went through. Michael, all the Franklies that don't show up for Nikki's chat are missing out. They really are. It's so hard to just like let them go and say that they're bored. Like, I'll say I'm doing a show, but I can't just be sitting in Frank's chat room like, come to my show 7 p.m. Come here, come here, come here, because I know eventually I'll get a DM saying, what the fuck, cut it out. What the hell, woman. So I don't know if Frank talks to people like that, but I know I'll get a DM, or so you might say something live like, "Hey, Nikki, cut it out," and it's like, you don't want to get yelled at in front of everybody. Ha ha, you got yelled at. So that's just embarrassing. So I know, like, I always feel like I'm on thin ice all of the time. So like I don't want to like push it too far and then have to be spoken to about it. Cause like I know I'm pushing it. I just don't. I kind of don't want to find where that edge is and then get yelled at. Michael's right. For real, John, watch Home Alone. Like, absolutely. I just the whole cast, even like the younger folks are great, and just like the score. And again, I'm not the biggest John Williams fan. I will put him in. He's not Jerry Goldsmith. He's not James Horner, but you can't beat the score for that. It's holiday without being too Christmassy, and it's got like the adventure feel to it, and like the wholesomeness at the end, and like the theme that he wrote for that, I'm pretty sure has like been used other places. It's almost its own Christmas song, just the music that he made for that film. It is iconic, an instant classic. It was just like going to see the Lord of the Rings in the theater for the first time. I'm just sitting there watching a classic for the first time. I knew it was amazing at the time. Dandy, LOL, true Nikki. That's why I bring up your room from time to time. Yeah, thank you. Because, I can, and then that's the other thing. If I'm talking up myself the whole time, what if new people come in? Who's this mod talking about her channel? Get on your own channel. Shut the fuck up. This is Frank's show. Don't want to hear it. So, like, I get it. that, not everybody, because there's people coming in at different times. Some of us are, new. They don't know everybody. With like Captain Liberty passing away and like some of these other folks, there's new people in the chat room. They're like, I kind of feel bad. I'm new here. I don't know these people. And it's, one person I said, don't worry, because I felt bad because the other guy I could barely even remember. I could barely remember Captain Liberty. I feel like a dick for even saying that out loud, but my memory's just that bad. It's true. I wish he would have called in more. It's I don't know if Frank can recall times he called in so he can like clip those and show them to us. Oh, Michael, I love that you always analyze the score when you talk about movies. Love your brain. Oh, thank you. Yeah, 'cause a lot of channels just do not, or they just give it a passing meh. Or this one channel covered, I think it's just The Grinch from 2000 when Jim Carrey played him. I saw that film at the time because Anthony Hopkins narrated it. And like so like this guy's reviewing the whole thing and the marketing behind it. I guess he was like a little kid when it came out. I was basically an adult, so it's kind of cool to see it through his eyes. But the fact that he mentioned Anthony Hopkins and then like had like video of him, reading the dialogue, I'm like, thank you for mentioning that, because so many he could have just let that fly by and not mentioned it at all. It was just maybe a minute of the video, maybe even 30 seconds, but the fact that he did, I know that's not the score, but still. Yeah, I do pay attention to, a lot of places they review a movie, they don't touch on the score, they won't even mention the composer, and that pisses me off to no end. So I'm kind of there for the whole experience. I do look for say the way a scene is lit, because I know they got to use like these big white like filter things to try to make it look natural. If it's like too light or too dark, or like why is that there, why is this music cue here, what like that, I'll notice that stuff. It's like, oh, that's a mess up, the actor had their arm there, it should have been there. Oh, that's a cut because they were there and now they're there. So I just been watching too many films over the years. But like again, I will say just watch films just for the score. So that's why I sat through A Beautiful Mind. I'm not the biggest, like Russell Crowe can act. I will give that to him. Don't care for him in interviews, being all full of himself. Don't care for that at all. You know what's so bad? The Mummy that Tom Cruise did, it's honestly not that bad. He's the worst thing about it. I watched it twice back to back. It's honestly like good enough for that. It's a little bit dark. Tom Cruise is the worst thing, and they waste a lot of time on like his buddy character in it. But then what happens is they were trying to start a dark universe thing, so they had Russell Crowe in it. He's a little bit bigger in that film. He's put on some weight. He's not in it long. Russell Crowe is better in that film for like the 5 minutes he's there than Tom Cruise is through the whole thing. Like if you got at a different lead actor, that movie would have been so much better. The fact they had a female mummy in it does not make it any better or any worse. The girl's actually good. She was from I don't know the actress's name, but she was in that first Kingsman movie. Like, oh my god, it's her again. So it's not a bad film if you just like pretend the main actor is not there. Like what if there was like a good actor here? What if this subplot was not here? This movie could have been so much better. Cut out some of the CGI. That's the movie that had the trailer drop without any music, so it was just the visuals and Tom Cruise's like breathing because there's like an explosion or something going on in the trailer. That's that Mummy. And I think it was 2017 if I didn't say before. Doesn't really matter. John Riders, I had to sit through it waiting to go to the hospital after an accident. Oh. Wait, which movie? You know how great my memory is. Michael, exactly. You're a badass, Nikki. Oh, thank you. Happy Gilmore is on Tubi. Just saying. Oh, Happy Gilmore is on Tubi. Let me write that down. The price is wrong, bitch. I want my pen right. Hold on, I can fix this. As much as I love me a big ballpoint pen, just gotta take a little bit of fire to the tip. Get that ink out of that pen. I own you. Happy Gilmore. Oh my god, I haven't seen that in so long. Yeah. You write that down. Oh, John Rogers. Yeah, yeah. To this day, I cannot watch that Grinch again. Yeah, it does have its. Like again, like I saw it in 2000, and I haven't seen it since. So I'm sure it does have its cringy moments. And just from that video that I watched, like the clips that he played, like some of these jokes are just they don't quite fly as far now. But 2000, it was a different world. I'm sure they said who did the score in that, but it's failing me right now. Oh, B Chap, I think there's a YouTube video claiming that Happy Gilmore was the real villain. Maybe, maybe. Want to go to A Raisin in the Sun? Let's see. Did I just drop my pen now? Stop being a drama queen. You know what I never realized about the Wizard of Oz? I have heard it. I think there's a video somewhere online. It's like saying how Glinda was the real villain of the Wizard of Oz. But watching it just today, hold on, A Raisin in the Sun. So here's Dorothy Gale showing up. Hasn't been there 2 seconds. She kills a lady, a witch. Movie goes on, and then she kills, the Wicked Witch of the West. So, like, here's this, like, 12-year-old girl just, dropping out of the sky, killing witches. This needs to be recut into, like, some kind of action film where Dorothy is just some, badass dropping in here, scared munchkin. She's like, hold on, I'm from the Midwest. I got this covered. You don't know who you're fucking with now. I'm from the farm. And she just goes around and just starts like kicking witch ass, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but instead of slaying vampires, she's slaying witches. And she's 12 years old. And then Oz instead of California. But like you could do that, and then like maybe Toto is just maybe it's a bigger dog, or maybe she has a buddy just named Toto, and like the Hound, like that, yeah, cast Roy McCann. I'd love to see him in something else. He's great. But yeah, like remake it like that, and then she can come across, like the Tin Man and all them, and they can be like badasses. Yeah, fuck witches, we burn them bitches. But I say that, and then at the same time, I don't want any remakes or anything else done with the Wizard of Oz. I've already got that Wicked out there. I didn't care to sit through the preview of that when I saw Joker too. So let alone I'm not like I don't know Wicked the play, so there's no point in me going to see a movie about it. Oh, one to go to. They have the original and the remake. That's a good thing about Tubi. They will often have like multiple versions of a film since more films are remade lately. Milkman Steve, YouTuber, also made a YouTube video claiming Paul Blart was the real bully within Paul Blart Mall Cop. I always wanted to see Paul Blart Mall Cop, but I have not. Want to go to? Did we already watch Mel Gibson in Ransom this year? We haven't watched it for this channel. It's come up a few times, and then I saw it's on Tubi. I just have to double check and make sure it's going to be on still for next month, because the app won't show you this, but then I go to the TV and that's when it shows me it'll give you a little in the corner of the movie, like leaving in so many days, and then so I could suggest it now. If it's not going to be around for January, we have to watch it in January. So I got to look for that. Michael, tighten up. Your backdrop media is about to shift in a big way, and you're vetted. Um, vague and ominous threat. Uh, just looking up the word vetted because I didn't remember what that meant. Um, oh, okay. This yeah, the channel can't go anywhere but up, and because I'm up at oh my god, I've got up to my sub count's going up 207 subs, so that's wild. That's the most for the channel. It's not doing that like 203, 204, 203, 204 thing. Beach App Ransom was on Channel 3 not too long ago. Mel Gibson character would have gotten his son back a whole lot quicker if he just followed Crooked Cop Detective Shaker's instructions properly. Yeah, it's like hey, just go do what you're being told, and he's just thinks he's a cowboy and he's going to do it his own way, and then it just spirals out of control, and it kind of feels like a movie that's 3 hours long because so much happens. I'm not saying it feels like it takes a long time to watch. I'm just saying so much happens in it. You would expect it to be longer, but they take care of everything. And I mean, that film can't be longer than 2 hours. It has been quite a while since I have seen it. I don't know what the like tighten up my backdrop is in like the sheet. Uh, it's only so hmm, I don't know. I think there are some teeny tiny wrinkles in it you just really can't see because of the lighting. So I don't even have to steam those out. So that actually looks better. And I can't, like I've been over. I wish I want to do something lighter in the background, like maybe this, so it looks so you can actually see that I have shoulders. Because it is dark purple, but then with the light being so dim, you really can't tell unless I tell you that. That's why this is white. There's usually something covering it up, but if it was covered up, you wouldn't. I would just look like a logo sitting here in a head and arms. Beach apple. Well, those criminals shouldn't be doing stuff like that anyway. Yeah, stop kidnapping people. Stop kidnapping children. That's not cool. Trafficking people is not okay. So yeah, it is only Wednesday, and we've got 3 more shows this week. And then I don't know what's going to happen with Friday. That's Frank's mom's birthday. She's going to be 21 again. I don't know. I'm not expecting her to show up. I'm sort of expecting her to, it's her birthday. Do whatever you want. Take the day off. Spend the time with your family. But I don't know if she's going to be here for that. It would be cool if she was. But yeah, I want to get sorted out with the movie so we can start voting on that. Let's see. Yeah, that would be good. I can get something going. Like, make sure I definitely have a poll up by this Saturday. That way, we have all of the very end of your year and the beginning of your new year to vote on it. That way, we can have an answer, say, on the 4th, and that will give us almost all of January to get it watched. I can't believe I'm going to be 258 next month. Snowpiercer. I have heard of that. Snow. Climate change parody. Cute. Yeah, I want to go too. Michael, have I asking if I have ever watched Bad Friends podcast? I'm Rudy Jules. I've never heard of that. Is it like a YouTube channel just called Bad Friends? Are they really friends and they just like give each other shit on camera for like 2 hours? Like, fuck you, man, you dress like shit. Yeah, well, your car is ugly. Man, fuck you, don't talk about my car. Fuck your shoes. What? Say that outside. Here I am. Oh, okay, yeah, hold on. No, the only I don't do podcasts. I'll watch Frank's. since I can see, quite frankly. And Gray's never done podcasts. Those are just video uploads. I'll tell you why I don't like podcasts, because you go to a podcast and the very first thing you hear is laughing. And it's worse if you hear a girl laughing, because that's all you're going to hear for the whole podcast. It's one girl and like, maybe two, three, four guys, but all you're going to hear for the entire show is them having a conversation and this bitch chuckling and giggling after everything they say, contributing nothing to the conversation. And then you see her and she's not even hot. So why is she there? Because she's married to one of the guys and this bitch has nothing better to do than sit in and gig. I don't want to hear that. If you're not there to contribute, fuck off. Get away from the microphone. Get away from the camera. Go sit in the car. You're not good enough for the show. People don't understand that. They think because they're on YouTube, get everybody and get everybody in the whole house, in the whole block, the whole apartment building. We don't want to see that. We don't care. Your channel is not called me and everybody on the 500 block of the street. It's just called yourself. We don't need to see every single person you've come into contact with in the last year. We don't care about your pets. We don't care who you're married to. We don't care about your children. We don't care about your parents. We don't care about your cousins. It's just, if it's a family channel, okay, bring them on. Family channels are creepy. But don't do that. So many, I rarely see it the other way, but it's always a guy and his woman. It's not even his wife usually. It's his insecure girlfriend with nothing better to do and no life of her own. So she thinks she's just going to sit there and be cute and laugh. Bitch, I don't want to fuck you. I don't want to look at you. I don't want you here. Be funny, be interesting, then you can be on camera. If you can't be that, just go be the whole your boyfriend parks his dick in and shut the fuck up. Extremely famous, LOL. Only the bad, I think I've heard of Bad Friends podcast now that you mentioned it. Yeah. I mean, if I don't show up and hear a girl laughing, I can probably stay for 5 minutes. Pod. Nobody's saying it. That's the other thing I don't like when somebody uploads a video and it's whatever's happening on camera is interesting, but then the bitch behind the camera doesn't realize she's filming and she's just giggling the whole time. I don't want to hear you laugh. You don't even have a cute laugh. Shut the fuck up and film. When you're behind the camera, you don't exist. You're there to steady the shot and make sure focus is focusing. You're not part of the experience. Know your role. Stay in your lane. If you want to be on camera, that's different. When you're behind the camera, shut up. Did Nikki M. Carlin already mention that Jim Henson's Labyrinth is on Tubi? It is on Tubi. I think I've got it saved. Hey, that would be interesting. I haven't watched that movie in years either. I watched it a lot as a kid, just haven't seen it a lot as an adult. It would be the same thing if you're doing a podcast and say your kids are screaming and stuff like that, or your pets are making noise, or your fire alarm's going off. We don't need that extra noise while you're working. Just cut the bullshit. It's not a family affair. Oh, what is? I gotta write that. Rudy Jules. Gotta check that out. But yeah, if you come across any other movies, put them in the comments of this video. I'll check those out. Tomorrow, I want to focus on that while I'm waiting for the plumber person, whatever, to get in here and, mop up this pond in the bathroom. So I have something to do. Yeah, I hope everybody had a happy, Merry Christmas. You got everything you wanted from Santa, or you ate the milk and cookies and just, gave him the finger when he showed up. Get off my lawn, you fat bastard. Aw, Dandy, I still have to watch Pee Wee Christmas special tonight. Great to see everyone. Merry Christmas. Aw, Pee Wee. Oh, I miss him. Paul Rubens. Great. Yeah, Tubi is a free app. You can watch it on your phone, you can watch it on your smart TV, and everything in between. It has everything the bigger streaming services didn't want, so that's why they're doing so well. They've got whole seasons of TV shows, they've got movies, silent films, films about TV shows, documentaries, all kinds of little stuff like that, obscure things, again, that the bigger stations just were too good for, but they've got it. They're doing pretty good. And then, of course, if it's a movie that's free on YouTube, you can suggest that as well. Just nothing that we have to like pay to watch. We've already bought our devices and are paying for our internet. We've spent enough money. I think I've got that saved. A one to go to is talking about if anyone hasn't watched the Hitchcock classic North by Northwest, now would be a good time. Just saying. I do have that saved. It's got the famous scene and Cary Grant. So, John Rogers. I watched They Live on Tubi. That's one I have not seen at all. I just know it from memes. That would be fun to watch. So many memes of it. So yeah, basically between now and Saturday, if you see a movie you think we're gonna like, go ahead and suggest it. It only gives me four options to vote on. So like as much as like maybe it'd be fun to have five options, it just does not give you that many choices when you put up a poll on YouTube. So it's just gonna be four choices tops for the month. If it's still available, we can throw it in the mix and watch it for February. We don't have to watch a Valentine's Day movie in February, nothing like that. And always support all of your favorite content creators. Like the videos, make sure you're subscribed with all notifications on, and share the videos if you're so inclined, if you think your followers would dig it. So you can leave your pants where they are, or you're just going to be right back in here tomorrow, and we'll do something similar then. Of course, too. I know Frank asked this. I never thought to ask this, but if there's like any kind of topics you want me to cover, I mean, like not current events because I don't know that, but if there's something you think I know about and you want me to talk about it, you can always suggest that. Um, Beach app, I saw They Live on YouTube main page recommended not too long ago. That's interesting from YouTube. John Rogers, have a great night. Yeah, you too. Merry Christmas to everybody. Stay warm, have a good meal, have some eggnog, finish your milk and cookies if Santa left any behind. And thanks you guys for showing up. I'm glad I could put a show on for you guys since not everybody, can or does have family they can physically spend time with. So we've got this here since you guys are my internet family. I'm glad I can make a place for us to go to because otherwise I'd have been bored as fuck today with no show. So we all had a place to go and a place to stay warm for a couple hours, and hope everybody had a good time. Smash the like button if you haven't already, and definitely look after yourselves. And thanks to you guys for letting me do something that I've probably wanted to do longer than I realized. So that's the bigger. You can't buy that in a store. That's a like giving somebody the opportunity to like be themselves and express themselves is so huge. I can't even put like give it the proper can't think of anything to say it's so profound. So that's how big of a deal it is. So it's you guys are awesome. Just showing up doesn't seem like a lot, but where you spend your time is the most important thing. So I'm glad you guys want to spend time with me because I certainly want to spend time with all of you guys. So yeah, love you too, man. Michael, love you guys. Everybody have a chill evening since we don't have to stay up for Frank going live multiple times tonight. And we'll see everybody tomorrow in the same place, same channel. I want to go to, yeah, hug, internet hug. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you too. Michael, yeah, thanking me for showing up. Yeah, thank you guys for showing up. Everybody's cool. There's plenty of parking for everyone. So yeah, take a look for some free movies the next couple of days, and drink plenty of water. Until next time.